Okay, so we just got beamed up by the blue warp after defeating Queen Goma, and now we are outside of the Deku Tree. And he says, "Well done, Link. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes." Talking in Old English. "Now I have yet more to tell thee. Wouldst thou listen?" And you have to say yes. You can say no, but he'll just ask you again. "Now listen carefully. A wicked man in the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me." Now he's going to tell us a story. So exciting. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerous powers in search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nayru, the goddess of wisdom. Faror, the goddess of courage. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the red earth. Nayru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Faror, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in the black armor to lay his hand on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with thee, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast this curse upon me. And we get the spiritual stone of the forest, also known as the Kokiri Emerald, which is going to tell us in about 2 seconds if I would have waited. You got the Kokiri's Emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the Great Deku Tree. The future depends on thee, Link. Thou art courageous. Shouldst thou ever lose thy way, seek a vision of the path from the Sheikah stone that stands beside thy home. Navi, the fairy, help Link to carry out my will. I entreat thee, Navi. Goodbye. Here we see he turns a dark gray color, which means he died. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Link. Goodbye, Great Deku Tree. Interestingly enough, you can still go back inside of the Great Deku Tree anytime you want, if you ever wanted to. Okay, and here we have Mido not letting us out, so we have to talk to him. Hey, Link, what did you do? The Great Deku Tree. Did he die? How could you let a thing like that happen? It's all your fault. He walks away. Okay. Seeing as Kokiris, the people who live in this forest, cannot leave their little village, and if they do, they die, or some sort of myth and legend like that. But seeing as we're the hero of time, we're not actually Kokiri. So we are allowed to leave now, since we beat the Deku Tree. And Saria says, "Oh, you're leaving?" I knew that someday you would leave the forest, Link, because you are different from me and my friends. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? I want you to take this ocarina. Please take good care of it. This is where we get the title instrument. Woo! You received the fairy ocarina. This is a memento from Saria. Tap the ocarina button on the lower screen to start playing it. You can play different notes with L, Y, X, A, and R, or you can push B to quit playing. When you play my ocarina, I hope you will think of me and come back to the forest to visit, which we will later. But since Link doesn't talk, he's just gonna walk away very awkwardly. Okay. And then we're going to have our first encounter with the second most annoying person in this game, in my opinion. In about 5 seconds. And you can see him right there, if you know where to look, right above the tree. Okay. Now we're leaving, and when we walk into the area, the owl in this game, his name being Kapora Gabora, talks to us. And I'm not going to read what he says. He's basically just telling us to go to Hyrule Castle and we can look at the map if we want. And it's very important that you say, yes, I did get all of that. Because if you say no, if you're just spamming the button, he will sit there and talk forever. Okay. And if you can see our little mini-map right here, you're going to want to go to the top of that. And usually, you know, if I was playing by myself and not making a Let's Play, I would backwalk across this place, which is, you point yourself in the opposite direction of where you want to go, and then you hold Z, and hold backwards if you were going to do a backflip like this. But you just walk backwards because it's like twice as fast as walking forward or something like that. And in that you can get to Hyrule Castle before the sun sets, which is usually very important if you're trying to beat the game as fast as you can. But as you see, I will walk up on the bridge, and I actually might make it. Oh, just barely didn't make it because I stopped to show you the backflip. But these are stall children, I think they're called. Yeah, stall child. Don't be afraid of the stall child, just attack it repeatedly. Which is good advice from Navi. Also, if you're standing on these pathways, the stall child won't spawn and you'll just have to wait for a day to come. See, down here we now have our ocarina, which has its own button in this game instead of having to equip it to a C button, which in this case are our X, Y, 1, and 2 buttons. If we look in our gear menu, we now have not only the fairy ocarina, but we also have the spiritual stone of the forest, also known as the Kokiri's Emerald. And now we just wait for day to come, which we can do by rolling around or walking like very oddly like this. Doing some backflips maybe. I don't know why the Soul Childs aren't spawning. If we just take a little quick, here we are. We can fight some of these guys, maybe get some more money or something. Not that we need any right now or anything, but also the way that this game works, I believe if you fight 20 enemies, the next enemy, it might not be 20, it might be 10. The next enemy of the same variety will be a larger version and usually drops more money or more hearts. As you can see, this one, oh, he went away because it was day. The one that I wasn't fighting was much larger than the other one, and if I would have killed him, he might have dropped 20 rupees. Okay, this video is going to be a little bit longer because I'm not going to cut it until after the Zelda cutscene, which will be in a couple minutes. So here we are in the market, but we're not here to talk to anybody. We are here, we'll talk to Malin actually. Hey, your clothes, they're different. You're not from around here, are you? Oh, you're a fairy boy from the forest. My name is Malin. My dad owns Lon Lon Ranch. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk, and he hasn't come back yet. So that's when we go to the castle. When we're supposed to meet Zelda. But you'll see that that's not about to happen anytime soon. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to cut it right here, and then we'll start off in Hyrule Castle.